We have a massive Cowboys signing incoming as an insider revealed some major details on the Cowboys working out this former first overall pick to add to their defensive edge group. We get you the latest Cowboys news right here on Cowboys Digest. Welcome in, everybody. I'm Jace Andrews. I appreciate you tuning in to today's show. Got some major news here on Wednesday to talk about, and I'm telling you, I think this is some very good news. Cowboys working out former first overall pick Jadeveon Clowney. We'll get you everything you need to know right here on Cowboys Digest. But once he does sign officially, you're going to want to know about it, right? So hit that subscribe button because we'll have a video out to you first here on YouTube. 87.4% of you right now are not yet subscribed to watch these videos. What are you waiting for? Go down there, 100% free. All it's going to do is make sure you're in the know about all the latest Cowboys news, information, updates, and rumors alongside it. Let's go to the report. Josina Anderson having it saying breaking free agent edge rusher Jadeveon Clowney is in Dallas today to meet with the Cowboys per league sources. We continue on. Ed Warder having a confirming report saying that the Cowboys are working out former number 1 overall pick Jadeveon Clowney, a defensive end strong against the run with some pass rush skills. He is being considered for immediate addition to the roster, depending upon his workout and medical evaluation, which usually when that last line is used where it's, immediate addition and it's just about workout and medical evaluation, I would say about 98% of the time, that player is signed within the next 5 or 6 hours. So expect a signing to happen here very, very soon for Jadeveon Clowney. And this is a very good thing for the Cowboys because I think their defensive line is actually in a pretty good spot even without Micah Parsons. Kenny Clark looked great on the defensive tackle position. Marshawn Nealon looked fantastic in week 1. Not to mention Donovan Ezraku had some highlights and it was just his first ever NFL game. So I think the edge group is actually in a pretty dang good spot. However, the Cowboys, they say add more. And there's a couple of reasons to that. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about in today's show. We first look at Jadeveon Clowney and his stats though from last year with the Carolina Panthers. He appeared in 14 games, had 5.5 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, 24 solo tackles. He hit the QB 11 times, and his pressure rate was at 14.9%, which, funny enough, that would have been top 3 on the Cowboys last year. So this is a very good edge rusher. Well, again, you go down there, you look at the age, 32 years old. I mean, this guy was a first-round pick, a first overall pick for the Houston Texans when I was in middle school and still playing in the NFL, and I would say still playing to a above average level. I wouldn't call it elite, but definitely above average for sure, especially in a edge rushing room for the Cowboys that already has so many pretty good faces. I think this would be a pretty good signing for multiple different reasons. So let's kind of talk about a little bit about why Jadeveon Clowney fits here. We're going to go to a report. Nick Harris had a great tweet here. Go follow him on Twitter. Great follow for Cowboys news and rumors. But he kind of put this little tweet out saying what we should know about Jadeveon Clowney. His 2019 season in Seattle overlapped with Brian Schottenheimer's time with the Seattle Seahawks. Funny enough, that's where Schottenheimer obviously worked there. And Clowney's had a kind of career that's gone everywhere. He's been with Baltimore, he's been with Seattle, he's been with Houston, he's been with Carolina, and looks like now he'll be with the Cowboys. But going back to this, I mentioned it, his 14.9% pass rush win rate in 2024 would have been third best on the roster last year between Micah Parsons and Odighizuwa. That being said, it's third best on the Cowboys, but if you want to go one further, that's 20th amongst edge rushers in 125 pass rushes at least last season. That's pretty good. You're talking about a guy who is unsigned, who last year had a pass rush percentage of 14.9, which would rank 20th among all edge rushers in the NFL. Yeah, I'm taking that every single day and then some. Continuing on with his last 2 points, saying only two of his 6 veteran contracts have been cheaper than $10 million per year. The Cowboys haven't signed a free agent deal richer than $10 million since Brandon Carr in 2012. What a callback there. But, however, the Cowboys currently have the second most available cap space in the NFL. That is a pretty good thing to have. The only team that has more cap space right now is the New England Patriots, and I don't think they're in the market for Jadeveon Clowney. His PFF ranking last year, actually really solid, 70.8 108 overall grade. That ranks him about, honestly, pretty high, 47th among the edge rushers over 200, 73.2 on the pass rush grade. The run defense grade is a little bit lower at 63.4. I still think that the run defense is a positive with him. It's kind of funny, though, because you hear so much when you trade Micah Parsons about, we need the run defense, we need better, and Kenny Clark does that, and you're going out, and Jadeveon Clowney is known for being a way better pass rusher than he would be a regular rushing, regular guy helping out the rushing attack, or the rushing defense, I should say, so kind of funny enough there. But if we look at the defensive depth chart here, you can kind of see that the edge rushing room is in a good spot, personally. However, there's one guy that really underperformed in my mind. Sam Williams was fantastic, and Marshawn Kneeland may have been better on the left side. But on the right side, Donovan Ezraku, he looks fine. He's a rookie. It's a growing process for him. Dante Fowler Jr., I didn't see much of him. I didn't like what I saw when I did see of him, and I expected a lot more from a free agent signing from Washington from this past year. James Houston got in the backfield. I mean, he took down Saquon Barkley for a tackle for loss. I really liked James Houston in the game. I mean, we didn't see him much. I have to think, though, that the Cowboys were a little bit underwhelmed with that right side of the defensive line, or defensive edge group, and that's maybe why they're going to do this. However, in that situation, you see you have 3 on the right and 2 on the left. I have to think they've moved that around in general, but I think in this space they might move James Houston to the left side of the line. They can give Marshawn Kneeland and Sam Williams some extra reps off. It's just the way the season is in the NFL, and especially with, I'm not going to say you're in a injury spot there just because you have a lot of depth, but I think the depth is what makes that edge group great. I don't think it's like Marshawn Kneeland is the best there ever was, or Donovan Ezraku is going to they're great. But the reason that edge group is so good is because the depth, that you can put in one of the guys and swap them out, and you're going to get the same level of pressure rate. You're going to get the same level of effort from every single one of those edge rushers. So to me, that's what really makes that edge rushing group probably the better part of this team. And it kind of works out where if you add Jadeveon Clowney, that depth becomes even more. Now, at the current time, the Cowboys do have a full 53-man roster, so there is probably going to be some roster reconstruction / maybe some moves to injury reserve, stuff like that. There's ways to work around it, but either way, once they do sign him, it is going to be a little bit interesting to see what the corresponding move is. A couple of fun facts, though, for you on Jadeveon Clowney before we kind of get to the end part of this video. Got one more question for you, but kind of a cool, interesting fact here. Steve Spurrier, the coach for the South Carolina Gamecocks when Jadeveon Clowney was there, he was actually an assistant coach at Florida when Brian Schottenheimer played college football there. So really, really interesting. And there's kind of some interesting connections in football in some ways, but when you have a lot like this where Schottenheimer was in Seattle when Jadeveon Clowney was there, Schottenheimer had a coach that Jadeveon Clowney had in college, it almost just makes the signing even more fun when it does happen. So I'm really excited for Clowney on the Cowboys. Obviously, I'm kind of talking right now as if he's already on it because, like I said, when you go back to a report like this and you see that bottom line, immediate addition to the roster and workout and medical evaluation, it really just means, hey, we're going to sign this guy as long as nothing is absolutely wrong with his elbow or knee or whatever. Like, if his medical report comes back clean, we're signing him. So it seems as though they will. However, I'm going to ask you, it hasn't happened just yet, so as a Cowboys fan, what would you like? Would you like to see the signing of Jadeveon Clowney for the Cowboys? If you would, then I want you to type S for sign. If you're thinking, no, we are fine. Why do we need Jadeveon Clowney? Then I want you to type P for pass down there in the comment section. Let me know what your thought is on Clowney. Personally, I think it's an easy sign. I don't know why this is even a question. I think he is a very good addition, one of the better free agents out there. The only other guy that, maybe you can make an argument for that the Cowboys should go out and sign, there's Stephon Gilmore, I guess, but at the same time, the quarterback room, as long as Trayvon Diggs is healthy and DeVon Bland, you're fine. Plus, Siobhan Revel Jr. should be back later, but in terms of Jadeveon Clowney, you're not going to find a pretty more consistent guy in the NFL since 2014. A first-round pick for the Houston Texans back then. Spent his first 5 seasons there. His last 3, amassing 4.5 sacks, 6 sacks, 9.5, and 9 sacks. And then the most recent years actually had a pretty good season with Baltimore back in 2023, 9.5 sacks, matching his career high. And then last year, played in just 14 games, but had 5.5 sacks. I think this is an easy sign. I really do. I don't know why this wouldn't be a really quick, okay, you're healthy, sign the paper, we're going to get you signed, and we're going to get going. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, not confirmed just yet, but I do think this would be a very good signing for the Dallas Cowboys. And, we'll let you know once it does happen. So with that being said, if you want to know when exactly it does sign, like I said, hit that subscribe button. We'll have a video out as soon as it happens. But for now, that's all we got for you. We appreciate you watching. We appreciate you getting to the end of the video. If you are still here, you are 100% a real one. But for now, we appreciate you. We'll see you next time here on Cowboys Digest. Peace out, guys.